Welcome back to the Innovation Series. I'm joined here today by Oscar Levander, the Senior Vice President of Business Concepts at Kongsberg Maritime. Oscar, thanks a lot for joining us.
Well, thank you for having me here.
I'm not sure there are many companies with the scope of Kongsberg when it comes to maritime innovation across all sectors. I'm wondering, which area drives the innovation for you?
I think we see innovation in a lot of different parts of shipping, but especially at the moment, there's a lot of new trends and innovation happening in the short sea cargo segment and in coastal shipping, especially on the environmental front and also on the digital side, and we see introduction of very groundbreaking new concepts and technologies in this kind of close to shore coastal shipping and short sea shipping.
In terms of digitalization as well as sustainability, these are some things we've highlighted, and I was wondering if you could speak a little bit more about the trends that you've noticed in that regard.
Yes, I mean, you can say that I would say the two big trends in the marine domain today is digitalization and environmental, as you highlighted. We see a lot of development on the digital side right now, both when it comes to kind of optimizing the performance of the vessel, the whole fleet, but also enhancing the kind of safety and awareness of the vessel. Mm-hmm. One of these technologies is what we call situational awareness, where we are basically taking both existing sensors like radar and GPS and electronic charts and combining that with more new sensors in the form of different type of camera technologies, mm-hmm. and then fusing that all together and applying machine learning and artificial intelligence on it to identify and detect things around you. So basically creating a virtual 3D world or map of what's happening around the vessel. That includes both, of course, the static objects, but also everything that is moving around that is being detected and identified and highlighted. And that will then basically enable us to highlight possible dangerous situation, collisions, and other things that will make the navigation safer. And this is, of course, of very high importance for any vessel carrying passengers. Mm-hmm. But taking this further, it also opens up new possibilities of enhancing the kind of customer experience or the mm-hmm. owner's experience on board a yacht. I mean, being able to look below the surface and see what's happening there, be able to detect the objects that are moving around. He can sit in the lounge and see what's happening around, go out, zoom around, pinpoint, go in and watch things. It can also enable him to experience new places, especially for exploration yachts that are mm-hmm. going to very remote areas where sea charts are quite old and dated, and in some cases you don't really even have existing good information about the bottom structure and depth. We can send out a small drone or equip one of the tenders with some of our echo sounder technology and stream that back to the main yacht live and create basically create the 3D map of the sea bottom as we go along, enabling the yacht to reach unexplored new areas and bays and small places. And of so course also
a real-time feedback of all the information that's required to safely navigate.
Exactly. And of course it can also help the yacht owner to identify shipwrecks and mm-hmm. Good diving spots where he wants to go and explore what's down there a little bit more in depth and personally. So it enables you to experience the wonder of the sea in a better way and find these unique places. So it's both combining safety and enhancing the kind of experience for the yacht passenger.
And with exploration and this level of technology, I think also comes a level of responsibility environmentally.
Exactly, and as we just said, the environmental challenge is the big other trend in the marine domain right now. I mean, we see a lot of focus on trying to reduce the environmental impact that shipping has got, and the focus has clearly shifted to climate change. That's the kind of focus. So it's about taking down the greenhouse gas emission from shipping.
Mm-hmm.
And so CO2, that's what we need to reduce, decarbonize the shipping. What we, of course, have been working on for many decades already is LNG as a
Mm-hmm.
good fuel. So go away from diesel to a gas fuel that is burns cleaner and also has got a lower CO2 output. It's still a fossil fuel, but it's one step towards cleaner. The obstacle of that has normally been the availability of LNG in different parts of the world, and also that it takes a little bit more space on board, which are both challenges for yachts. But availability is getting better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we see every day or every week there's pretty much ordering of new LNG bunker vessels and infrastructure being extended. So that is becoming better. And of course, with yachts becoming bigger, there is easier to accommodate also the LNG tanks on board. So we think this could be a nice first step also now in the yacht sector to switch to LNG. But of course, LNG is still a fossil fuel. We want to take it even further. So we do see that we need to go to low carbon fuels such as hydrogen or synthetic methane. Synthetic methane is nice because it's basically the same fuel as LNG. The only thing is that it's produced synthetically from renewable electricity instead of being a fossil source. So this is a good option for a ship owner to start with LNG and then at some point switch to synthetic methane instead, without having to change anything on board the yacht. The other cool or other interesting fuel option here is to go for hydrogen.
Mm-hmm.
That is something we see now being researched more and more in the commercial world. And we are working on a few projects for both road ferries and some small cargo vessels or small 120 meter long cargo vessels. So using hydrogen as a fuel, and this is of course a real zero emission fuel.
Mm-hmm.
That when you use it in a fuel cell, your only exhaust is water.
Well, Oscar, thank you so much. That was a fascinating insight into the world of Kongsberg and what you have at the moment. So we really appreciate your time.
Well, thank you for having me. I very much appreciate being here. Thanks.